Hey, what's up, brother?
Hey Nicholas, how are you today?
I'm good, dude. I'm real good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks.
Yeah, heck yeah, man. Thanks for meeting with me.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna get your stats pulled up here in the background.
Okay.
Give me just 1 second. It looks like we got two campaigns running for you right now.
Well, remember we had that issue with that first one a couple weeks ago where it was that one in North Carolina and there was no leads from all the calls and the text.
Yes,
That one we stopped and we started up the Georgia after that.
got it. Got it. Yeah, looks like I guess we ended up getting like a miraculous three leads on the next week before we converted. Let me look up something real quick. So the good news was, well, I guess it was good and bad news. The first part is, and Crystal, I'm wondering if you're paying attention here. So when we had Jeremy's calls, and it all could have been done that day, but when we had spoken, we talked about pausing the campaign. Now, unfortunately, doesn't look like we need to figure out because when we spoke, this is how many dials were made. Crystal, this is like for you to see as well. So when we'd spoken, we were at 366, but this shows that we did 1,099. Now the good news is, if we're looking at the good news, is we got three leads and 600 dials before we stopped, which is awesome. Okay, so this did start to mildly perform at the end here. But Crystal, I would like you to look into, did we stop all this day? Were all these made during that same day that we told them to stop? And that's why we made 600 dials that day. But I'd like us to look into, because we did end up doing 600 extra dials. That part stinks. The great part is we got three leads on those 600 extra dials.
Yeah. Yeah.
We did. But that's more or less for my systems and my processes and for Crystal to kind of look into. But okay, so that's kind of what wrapped up there. Then we've got your other campaign that we started up, which the text messaging like completely blew up here. You
Yeah,
know,
it did.
yeah, we love to see that. And then the cold calls still didn't do too hot. Um, with one cold calling lead, but those texting results are just absolutely insane.
Yeah,
Um,
the text was good. So I had, I called what I was doing is I would call the people, leave them a voicemail. If they didn't answer, I follow up with a text. Just say, following up on the text from our office, you know, earlier this week. And a couple of people said text only, they didn't want to call. So there was a few that were text. There was a few that just said, we want 300,000 for our property that's worth 150,000. And then there was two that want offers that I spoke to so far via text, and there was a couple other ones that just one guy I talked to, he actually lives on the property, so it wasn't vacant. Well, it was the lot next door was vacant, but he wants to sell the whole thing, his house and everything
yeah,
together.
yeah,
So
right,
yeah,
right.
and then so there was a few that I followed up with, with calls and texts. But yeah, so there's a couple right now that want offers, and what I'll do is I'll call and text them again this week just to follow up with them again, the ones that didn't answer or text back.
Yeah, I love that, man. I love that. We had
So
definitely a swing in results, right? Went from 0 to 15, you know?
yeah, definitely. So it was a big difference, and because the one day I got the email, it says SMS leads, and I look at it, it was like 11 or 14, whatever, on one sheet. I was like, all right, I'm gonna be busy. I'm like,
Yeah,
all right,
yeah. I
well,
know I
that's what
got
we're
some
looking
work to
for,
do.
right? That's what we're
Yeah,
looking for. So,
yeah.
but there was one I called, and the girl I talked to, she says, I get calls for this guy all the time. He must have had this number a while ago because she wrote back, "Yup," just thinking someone's going to give her money for property she doesn't own. So I was like, "All
Yeah,
right, well," I said, what the best thing to do is don't reply to these texts, and you won't get phone calls afterwards. So I was like,
yeah.
just
Right.
ignore them if you
Amen.
can. So,
Amen. Yeah.
but just trying to do her a favor because she's getting her, getting slammed with all these calls and texts and everything.
Yeah,
So
exactly. I always tell people that too. Like, hey, don't say yes if the answer is no.
yeah,
Okay.
that's it.
100%.
Don't mess around. Don't, if they say, yeah, you own this property, it was like 20 years ago. You're like, oh yeah, I'll sell it now. Like, they're gonna start calling you. So it's yeah,
Yeah.
don't mess around with that.
Yeah.
So, but no, so this one is going much better. So everything was going good.
Perfect. I love it. I love it. Yeah. And then that's why I love these meetings, right? We come in, we make changes, and then all of a sudden we make offers.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly.
that's great. And then do you have any questions for me at all? Sounds like this is all a good news meeting, but do you have any questions for me at all about anything?
No, I was just, I guess when when there's a response via text, there's a text in, is it AI or is it someone that's
It's
answering?
us. It's
It
us.
is you.
Yeah.
Because somebody would just say, like on the one text, I didn't, because it's, they text someone, said, you ever consider selling? They're like, how much? And they're like, great. Can I get an email? Is that just, you just write great no matter what they respond, or perfect, or things like that?
Right. Well, I mean, yeah, we should definitely pay attention to that, right? Um, like I'm not saying like they're like super smart or anything, right?
No, no.
But I do agree with that. It's like, so, we probably should say, awesome. Well, if we can get your email, we can
Yeah.
actually send an official offer over,
Yeah.
right?
Great. Or yeah. Can we have an email so we can look up the property, get you an offer? So,
Right. Yeah.
but I was just curious. It was like, because I saw that a lot of it was that way. And I
Yeah.
figured it was just going to be like
It's
the same.
more it's more standardized. I wish it was AI, but I pay people to do it. But I
Yeah.
still think you're right. And Crystal, if we could work on, some of these replies, I mean, we can still have a standard reply. It just shouldn't be that, right?
Yeah.
Like if someone says how much, we should say, hey, we'll do some research. And if you give us an email, we can send an offer right over
Yeah.
to
Exactly.
kind of thing.
So, I know people are like, they want, how much are you to pay me, right? Give me an answer right now. Like that's what they're looking for. So, but yeah, but other than that, I mean, everything was going good. There was the one that I got, the one of the leads on the phone. Um, I called the guy, no answer. I left him two voicemails, text, everything else. I just haven't heard back from him, and that was last week. So
Okay.
whether he just said on the phone, yeah, what are you offering for the right price, or whatever, but I mean, the guy was engaged because he asked the caller, what does the investor plan on doing with the property after he purchases it? So he was engaged in it, and he just never responded back after
Yeah.
when I called him.
Yeah, and I'd maybe even try them a couple times. I don't know how many times, but I recommend like 6 times,
Yeah,
over like a
yeah.
2 week period if you can.
Yeah, and that's what I did. I called him twice, texted him twice, and
Yeah.
just said, "Hey, like you spoke earlier." I said the caller's name. It was, I don't know if it was Kelly. Um, yeah, it was Kelly. I was like, Kelly from our office spoke to you earlier, and it was just like I texted him and called, and so I'll try again and just keep trying him until I get a response. It's either no or he wants his offer.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah, but everything's going good. So, and
Awesome.
I did switch the list that I gave you. I did switch over to the different company for the list for the leads, and it seems to be working much better.
Perfect.
Yeah. So,
I
but
love it.
everything's good. So that was it. But
Awesome, man. I love
yeah,
I love it, dude. And then if you need me, you could always give me a shout anytime. You don't always have to. I like these meetings because we can recap, but if you need me on the in between, you just call myself.
yeah. And I like this because we went over the last one with the list wasn't working well. We switched it, and I just wanted to go over this and just see what just check in and see how everything is going. So,
Absolutely. Yeah. And then,
but
all in all, I mean, we got 3 from the cold calling from the last campaign, and then we got 15 from this one. So, I mean, we upped our lead count by 18 leads.
yeah,
Uh,
definitely. So it was a big difference in that, because that was just the first week last week. So there's one more week left on the second list I sent you for Georgia. So we'll get something out of it. We'll get
yeah.
something somewhere.
Yeah. No, I'm confident in it too, dude.
Yeah. So all right. So yeah, that was it. I just wanted to let you know, everything is better with this list, and I'm gonna keep moving forward.
Yeah. You got it, brother. No, thank you so
So
much.
all right.
Chris. Look forward to it. Hope you have a great week.
Thanks. You too. All right. Thanks so much for your time.
Yeah. You too, brother.
All right, Nicholas. Thanks. Okay. All right. Bye.